Heather Zedi is with us. By now, you must have been introduced with him. Please make sure you come on time. Please make sure you come regularly. And please make sure you give both your MCQs. There's one that you will be giving today, one MCQ today. And then there's another that you will be giving on the last day. So make sure you have appeared for both, get a good score, and get a good grade in your certificate that you go from here with. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, Professor Mustafa, for taking that time. And I once again welcome all my participants, and I once again thank Dr. Shakir and his team, Professor Sajid Jamal, and everybody there at the Department of Education for the wonderful collaboration that we have in implementing these NEP courses. Thank you very much, and welcome everyone to the Aligarh Muslim University.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for giving me once again this opportunity, ma'am. So we will not be wasting time of Professor Mustafa, sir. So, sir, you can start, sir. Thank you, sir. And sorry, sir, for this.
Most respectful and honorable director, ma'am, Dr. Faiza Baziji, and convey my personal greetings and greetings from Central University of Kerala. So it's a privilege for me that it's in your address that happened in between my interaction with them. I take it as an honor and privilege for me. Thank you so much. And thanks to the extension of the opportunities and access that you are giving to me, so that I am able to interact with the learned academicians of the country on different topics. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, sir. Please carry. Thank you.
So let me, my dear friends, on seeing from this extreme north of the extreme south state Kerala, Kasargo, I can see as beautiful flowers arranged in a bouquet. And I'll be happy, as I submitted earlier, I'll be happy if you can on your video, so that I can interact with your seeing your face. And now today's topic is life skills across curriculum. And you know, National Education Policy NEP 2020 has on my sincere request, other than the MHRD, the HRDC, MMTC people, others don't make comments in the chat box and all. And I will give opportunity, and I will definitely interact with you parallelly while my session is progressing. No doubt at all. But in between, no need of making comments or your queries and all. Let's see. And if you wish to talk anything, unmute and talk. No issues. It is a learning avenue for me. I am considering and perceiving this opportunity like that. And my dear friends, the NEP 2020 had brought out a significant landmark in the history of education of our country. And therefore, in tune with the NEP 2020, a lot of changes are happening. And one change is the academic, that stress given to the academic bank of credit. Another change is that the system of the accreditation is going to change immediately. And another very important thing is that our approach to the curriculum is moving from a pedagogical imposition to a praxis-oriented approach, where the envisioning is that a holistic development of the learner is perceived. So, apart with all these envisionings, a due consideration and due stress is given to life skills across the curriculum. And that is why University Grants Commission had come up with a proposal named Curriculum Guidelines and Curriculum and Guidelines for Jeevan Kaushal 2.0, with a 8 credit program in the undergraduate courses. all the undergraduate programs. So this is the scenario where we are talking about life skills across curriculum. Life skills is a combination of two very important conceptualization named life and skills. So I wish to raise a very important question to the Augustus audience. What is life? Your connotation. What is life? Muhammad Kamil ji, what is life according to you? Don't think that see, you will get a question if you your video. No.
Good afternoon, sir. So
Yes.
according to me, life is a basically span time between birth and death, in which we do so many things,
Yeah.
from taking education, going into job, getting married, having kids, and then so on and so forth.
Yeah. So Kamil Saab has talked about the different aspects and different process, different features that happens from birth to death, and he interpreted and connoted it as life. And what about Devash P. Singh ji? Your interpretation or your
Yes.
explanation on life?
Yes, no problem, sir. As my colleague Mr. Kamil said, whatever we are doing today and what we do tomorrow, so whatever we are going through, that is actually a part of life. We can segmentize it, like what is important for us, what is important, what is not important for us. These are segmentation, but whatever we are doing, that is a part of our life.
Yes.
Each and
So yeah. So this is another version for life. What we are doing, what is important to us, what is not important to others, are sometimes important to us. And in terms of our doing or process, that represent the life. Priyanka Ghai ji, what is your
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes. So for me, life would be, as sir has already said, that what you are living. We are just here to perform all the social responsibilities between our birth and death. That is what life is.
Okay. So it's very nice to see that you are talking in terms of the social responsibility of an individual, and for fulfilling that social responsibility, what you are doing is represented as under the big canvas named life. And yeah, it's very nice. Then Shashi Kumari ji.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Please, keep.
Sir, according to me, life is thus performing the function like daily activity, learning, social behavior, growing, or responsibility towards the nation, towards ourselves,
Yes.
and
Okay, so according to Shashi Kumari ji, the responsibility of an individual and what we are doing in terms of the responsibility towards nation and all, it is treated as life. Or whatever we are doing. And I request many more to open your video. Dr. Rahul Chaudhary, Dr. Rashmi ma'am, Dr. Anirban Banerjee, then Pranajodi Karun, like that. SK Ashraf Ali Saab, then yes, please. And as and when you need, you can close, but keep little bit interaction. That is why I'm insisting on that. It is not a compulsory kind thing. It is an appeal to all of you. Don't take it as an instruction or compulsion. So life, as you told, it is a process or what is happening from birth to death. My dear friends, life is a parental lottery. It is a lottery which we got from our parents. And that is one of my connotation. Then another connotation is that it is that I will tell in the last session of this class, this interaction. So it is a parental lottery, and the purpose of that life is to do something for us to, the first part of life is to live comfortably. That is one thing. And the second part of the life is to make others' life very comfortable. So for that, some skills are required. That essential skills are termed as life skills. And why these life skills? If you analyze the life of all other organisms, you can see very interesting observations and perceptions. So I'm representing the nesting behavior of the very cute and beautiful bird named Baya weaver or Plosius, which build marvelous nest. And in that nest, you can see a beautiful chamber. Two chambers are there. One is for all the other activities, and one is exclusively for breeding. Such a sophisticated kind of behavior, the nesting behavior of Baya weaver or Plosius. The great ornithologist Dr. Salim Ali had his PhD work on this bird's behavior. And another very important striking example, the worker bee in the honey bee colony. This worker bee immediately after metamorphosis will be able to construct the very, very beautiful hive, honey hive. And there is a fantastic phenomenon exhibited by a very important. Are you comfortable with me? My style, my voice, my
Yes, sir.
any
Yes,
modification?
sir.
Priyanka, modification?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So there is a fantastic phenomenon exhibited by a wonderful fish named salmon. What this salmon is doing, the adults of the salmon migrate from Mediterranean Sea and reaches at the bank of the rivers of the Mediterranean Sea and deposits their eggs at there in the banks. And the young ones hatching immediately after from the egg, immediately after hatching out from the egg, take the same way as their adult had taken, and reverse migration happens from the river to the Mediterranean Sea. These are all prominently regulated and made by a behavior called instinct behavior. But you take the case of a human being or Homo sapiens. At the time of birth, the ability or the manifestations a human baby can perform is suckling the nipple of the mother. And second thing is uncoordinated movements of the body parts, especially the tip of the fingers of the hands and legs. Then if you examine my eyes, you can see that the uncoordinated repeated closing and opening of the eyelashes. And all these are the limited one. And that too, but later on, as a result of further starting the interaction process, and these are the instinctive behavior that human individual or Homo sapien is getting from the parent as such. And continuously by interacting with the external forces or external factors, the human or Homo sapiens learn a lot. This learning enables a fullest individual through an 18 years of childhood period to become an adult. But through this learning process, Homo sapiens or human individual is possible to regulate, control, encounter an animal which is 3 tons greater than his body weight. A 5 feet boy can control, as a Mahat can control 3-ton elephant. So this capability or this enabling is as a result of a wonderful phenomenon called learning. As learning add to the experience of the individual day by day. And it is for enabling this learning at the age of 5 or 6, we decided to enroll the student to school or formal education system. You got the point up to this time? Up to this, the idea is clear?
Yes, sir.
To sum up, in all other animals other than human being, the development is by means of instinct behavior. But in the case of human being, it is largely by learning through social interaction. It is for enabling this social interaction, to make the survival of the individual in the society. Society had instituted a mechanism named formal education or school. And all the experiences that a child receives from the age of 3 to 18 years or 17 years on further, it is for enabling the social adjustment, and a self-reliance is possible in terms of physical, in terms of emotional, in terms of social, in terms of motor, in terms of sexual, in terms of economic, in terms of all the aspects of the life. But due to artifact, Devesti, are you okay? Deal or no deal?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. But at a particular point of time, due to artifact and bureaucracy, our formal education system could not able to fulfill, could not able to accomplish these tasks in an effective manner. And therefore, at this point, as a compensatory mechanism, society has instituted a healing or transformational competency kind of a system, so as to support, so as to enrich, so as to compensate, so as to empower what is lacking in the system to make the individual's fullest development and all. So one of the mechanism that the society instituted is nothing but life skills education. Clear? It is, our expectation is that development of 3 aids, development of head, development of heart, development of hand. This is the envisioning from the education system, formal education system. But at a particular stage, formal education system fails to accomplish that global comprehensive development of the individual. So in order to compensate, in order to function as a healing mechanism, society instituted a compensatory transformational competency named life skills. Life skills are, Rideshi, you want to talk anything? Ridesh Prasad Tamta has raised a hand. You wish to talk anything? Please unmute and talk.
No, sir.
Yes. You wish to talk anything?
No.
Yes, then please see little bit care on this platform and all. No problem. It's okay. So it is a transformatory competency. It is a transformatory catalytic enabler, which gives us a support for the formal education system, where the limitations of the formal education system is identified and a compensatory mechanism are given. This compensatory mechanism is one of the compensatory mechanisms is life skills. Life skills do not work independently. Life skills work with knowledge, attitude, skill, and habit. Say, for example, we are all higher education faculty members. I am a teacher and teacher educator. Started from my career of teacher education from 1996, September 5th. And this 28 years of teacher education career. And where we have a lot of skills. As we learned that pre-instructional skills or instructional skills and post-instructional skills. And we know how to present a topic, how to ask a question, how to design a project, how to explain a concept, how to demonstrate an experiment, how to find recognition-seeking behavior. And all these skills are needed as a teacher to flourish. And life skills act along with that skills. If you have life skills plus these skills, you will be able to become an inspiring teacher. I'm raising a question here. How many teachers you had come across with this Soumya Ghosh sir? How many teachers had come across in your life so far?
More than 100.
More than 100. How many of that 100, more than 100 teachers you will categorize as inspiring teachers?
Very handful, sir.
That number will be very less.
How many?
A dozen, I think.
And I'm
10 to 12.
how many? Huh?
10 to 12.
Yes, sir. 1 to 2% only.
Yeah, 1 to 2% or Priyanka ji converted into a statistical terminology, 1 to 2% only. Okay, anyway, 10 to 12, etc. So this, if you analyze all these 10 to 12 teachers, or whom you are considered as inspiring teachers, one commonality you might have noticed. They had touched your mind. And that means something additional were there with them.
Sir, sometimes they have touched heart also.
Yeah. See, mind in the sense that I used a little bit abstract concept rather than heart. Heart is concrete in nature. Now you can touch the heart, tangible. But touching the heart by a teacher is ordinary. Touching the mind is superior. And touching the soul is something most superb. So there are teachers, very few teachers who teach your soul rather than teach your body, teach your heart, teach your mind. So that is a kind of supreme level. That teachers will be for us. That teachers will be someone who is precious than our husband, someone who is precious than our wife. Sometimes equivalent and more than equivalent. They don't look whether the husband is observing or not. This is. No, I am telling as a psychology researcher, I am telling this. So some superior and equivalent to our parents, we will give that position. Such kind of teachers, something is there for them additional compared to all the 800 or 80 or 90 teachers which we have made them to the darkness of our memory, forgetting they had gone. Only this 10 remaining because there are some things, some qualities which is very specific and special to them. That qualities are nothing but manifestation of life skills. And this qualities, these life skills work in combination with the other skills. And this life skills work with the knowledge that you have. This life skills work with the attitude you have. Now I am presenting one important concept named 3 A's of development. And here a person is, oh my God, it is 4:35 and on. A person is formed as a result of 3 A's. The first A is ascription. Muhammad Kamil Sir has born and brought in a family. Whatever attribution, whatever ascribed as a family member of that particular family will be there without any effort from the part of Kamil Sir. That is what is called. As a person is born, whatever you are getting by nature, by acquire as a member of the family, it is termed as ascription. And on the basis of that ascription, society will attribute a lot of plus or minus, positive and negative to you. That is what is called attribute or attribution. This ascription and attribution will not determine the development of the individual statistically. The more will be the important precursor of the determinant factor will be your attitude. So this we should, as faculty members of higher education, we should internalize this concept to our students. Whatever be the background, whatever be the observation of others on the basis of this background, that will not determine your success in your life, but your attitude will determine. So life skills work here in terms of in resonance with the attitude of the individual. And life skills, if it become a habit, it work with your habits. So life skills are not at all a new concept. It is there in every system of living, every society. It is there. But the amount of life skills, the type of life skills, the various connotations of life skills are different from each society to society. For an agrarian society, what kind of life skills are required is living skills coupled with their lifestyle and nature is different from an industrial society. And life skills required for a teacher to perform its function, his or her function, some skills are very much required that will contribute additionality to the skills, other skills of teaching. So in the Mahabharata war, Kurukshetra, Arjuna could able to see there are a lot of people, there are a lot of relatives, disciples or gurus at the opposite side. And he felt he lost his confidence. And the Gandiva fell down there. And he told to Lord Krishna, why for war? Because to whom against I am doing war against to whom? My gurus, my relatives, my brothers, and all are there. Then that time, Lord Krishna, through the preachings of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna illuminate the self-awareness of the Arjuna, and Arjuna is able to understand the the person what for, on what is my purpose and who am I, what is my destiny and all. So let me quote one example from the life of Prophet Muhammad. So after the meditation is continuing at Hira Guha, Hira cave. Jibril came to him, and as the messenger from God, Jibril told, read in the name of God, who actually gave the ability to read and write, who introduced the instrument named pen. So in reply to that, Prophet told, I am an illiterate, I don't know how to read and write. So, and again, crushed, Jibril little bit crushed, as a kind of pressing. Then he recited the first stanza of Quran. I hope if I am going wrong, anybody from the learned community of these connotations can correct me. And back to his home, and he was totally shocked and feared and trembled, and he was affected by fever, and he is under the blanket, and see, at that time again God has a revelation through the message of God appears as, oh man, who is lying under the blanket, get up, you have a lot to do. This was the message. So here my connotation is, it is a life skill approach. That is my postulates. I could see a reflection or underpinnings of life skills in that approach. So, and life skills, what my understanding is, life skills is not at all a new concept. It is a traditional kind of thing, but it varies according to situations and situations. And finally, in 1996, specifically speaking, World Health Organization came up with a new connotations for the skills required for an individual, and they listed 10 life skills under the banner 3 domains, 3 umbrella: social skills, thinking skills, and emotional skills, that will enable the development of an individual, sustained development of an individual in the social order. And we will have a very quick learnings on, synoptic learnings on what are these skills and all, and we will say bye-bye during the coming 45 minutes. So let us move to the first life skill, self-awareness. So we are all aware of ourselves. Are we really aware of? This is the first skill. Are we really aware of? Self-awareness is observing yourself, your feelings, and ability to recognize your feelings. And if you are able to recognize your feeling, if you are a self-aware, a person having self-awareness, you should have the ability to build a vocabulary of your feelings. Suppose now you feel a little bit disappointment. What is my cause behind the disappointment? If I am feeling a kind of dissatisfaction on the manifestation of one of my friends, if you are a person having self-awareness, you should able to speculate that this is because that action caused a kind of dissatisfaction on me, and as a result of that dissatisfaction, I am feeling a kind of disappointment. Then if you are having a person having a skill of self-awareness, it is the ability to find out the relationship between thought, feeling, and reaction. Are we really aware of this relationship? Suppose you are late to your institution. You are late to your home after all the work of the department or college and all, and you could not able to report or communicate or inform your parents or your partner or your husband, say for example, or wife. So you are overloaded with the work of the department, with all the stress and tensions you are going to your home. And your reaction, the reaction from your husband is, where were you till this time? What happened to you? I was waiting no information from you. In a very rude or little bit, loud kind of a voice, he is asking to you. This causes a kind of thinking on you. That thinking is that you are coming with all the work exhausted and all kind of work related to the NAC accreditation of your college or department. But this fellow is asking, where were you? Why are you late? And this fellow is coming regularly, anytime, anywhere, like that, his habit. And immediately, without thinking on the relationship of the relationship between the thought, feeling, and reactions, we make a comment. I am at least coming 9:30, but what about you? Whether you are coming regularly to the home and all. And this is because we are regulated by the response, reaction, or stimulus of the other person, the third person concerned, but in a quick manner, without any kind of thinking, the relationship between your thought and feelings and your reactions. And you are doing another example. I am illustrating with another example. You are doing everything for the college, but one fine morning, when you are putting your attendance signature in front of the principal told, "Madam, I received a complaint about you from one of your colleagues." What will be your reaction? Madam or sir? No, I am not pinpointing to any madam or. So what will be your reaction? What will be your reaction? Devesh sir, what will be your reaction?
That would be, sir, obviously negative.
Huh?
I can't say exactly what we'll do, but that will be extremely negative.
Yeah. We don't know what we will do at that time.
Yes.
So anything happen, but obviously, as sir told, a negative kind of reaction will be there from most of our side. But at this juncture, in this context, we are not able to speculate the relationship between the thought, the feeling, and the reaction. That ultimately will be rupture enough to make the problems in the organizational climate or interpersonal relationship. But if you are a person having self-awareness, you will be able to understand or analyze your strength, opportunities, and weakness and challenges or threats. And what is strength? This is what is called SWOT analysis. And SWOT analysis is nothing but it is coming an inside or bringing an inside to the outside. Remember, these are not the extra strength, are not the positive external. These are positive internal. All these qualities are, in terms of the life skills, these are not the external qualities. Whether you are having a Mercedes Benz, no, that is not your strength. How you are internally, because the height of the balloon is determined by the gas inside the balloon, not the color of the balloon. So therefore, SWOT analysis is nothing but strength, weakness, opportunity, and challenges. So strengths are positive within the individual. Whether I am able to identify my positive strength, and say for example, I am having adaptability, or I am having communication ability, or I can suspend my emotional expression comfortably. So these are all my positives. And my the second thing is, so strengths are positive within and weakness are negative within. I'm a short-tempered person. I cannot adjust with the people. I am not able to communicate. I am an individual in a mass. So all these are see, I will be every time I will be attributing to others for my failure. I did not secure a very high score because the question paper was very tough. So all these are my negative as a weakness. So my dear friends, strengths are positive within, weaknesses are negative within, and opportunities are positive external. Say for example, you are having a friend. You can share the entire discourse of problems and confusions with that friend. That is an opportunity. Whether you are making use of that opportunity for your improvement of your internal qualities. And threats are, the same friend can become a threat to you. Especially for adolescent boys and girls, this peer pressure is very, very, very significant in determining their behavior and attitude. So this peer pressure sometimes acts as a threat. So my request is to all of you, so as to improve the self-awareness, the SWOT analysis can be used as a tool. So today, when you are getting your own time, me time or sometimes whatever time you are referring to that, make a SWOT analysis of yours. So when you are finding your strength and all, list out the strength and all one by one, and try to intensify and improve that strength. And if you could able to identify weaknesses 1, 2, 3, 4, try to eliminate that weakness. And if you could able to find out opportunities, think about how you can make that opportunities for your improvement. And for threats, these are negative external, how we will be able to overcome these challenges of the threats. This is what is called the SWOT analysis. So SWOT analysis is a tool for the self-awareness. Then once you could able to identify your strength and weakness, the second aspect is make a self-analysis, where your self-image will be built up based on the self-analysis. Only Saumalaya Ghosh sir is remaining in the video mode on. So the thing is that when you are making a self-analysis, be a realistic, make a realistic self-analysis. Suppose you are a cat, your image should reflect you as not as a lion, as a cat. Suppose you are a rat, you should you should see your reflection as a rat. Suppose you are a lion, you should not feel yourself as a rat. Are you okay with me? Can I proceed?
Yes, sir.
So the self-imaging is very, very important through self-analysis. And if self-awareness, the next component of self-awareness is sometimes you should be able to laugh at yourself. How simple, how petty I am, how foolish I am, how ignorant I am. So we should feel like that. But instead, most of the time, we feel that we are the custodian of everything of the system. My dear friends, we are all not inevitable for the system. We are part and parcel of the system. And that feeling should be there. Then only sometimes we will be able to laugh. Then after self-analysis, the third aspect is self-disclosure. So you see this image, no need for explanation. You see this image, it's a candle, but small it is, but it discloses its light. So even though the area is very, very limited. So try to disclose your personality. That is the third aspect of self-awareness. And finally, while in that self-analysis, when you are analyzing your personality with others, you may feel that, oh, I am so and so, I am having this shortcomings and all. The other person is having that, this, etc. Never be disappointed with that, because ostrich is the biggest, largest bird. But the irony is that, the paradox is that ostrich cannot fly. The salient feature of all the apes, the very important feature is that all the birds can fly. But only few birds like ostrich, emu, kiwi, and all are not able to fly. So that means it is a reflection for all of us. Nothing is perfect. But ostrich is having a mechanism. It can take in one stride, it can take 12 to 15 feet. Passing from 12 to 15 feet, it can. And take the case of a hummingbird. On looking, it is very microscopic and smallest bird. But by virtue of the frequency of the wing oscillation, it can fly up to heights and heights, the longest flyer. So, my dear friends, when you are comparing yourself, don't look at to others' plate. Enjoy your meal. That is the message from this very important topic. And after this analysis and disclosure is over, the fourth aspect is celebrating the self. Never compromise to celebrate yourself. What is celebrating yourself? We had a lot of dreams in our childhood days. I don't have time, or else I will ask to all of you. But due to time paucity, I am not making such attempt. What happened to our dreams? Who had stolen our dreams? We failed to celebrate ourselves. Once we starting celebrating to the world's history, if anybody has contributed to the world, you can see that all of them were celebrating their self. I will put one example on here. A young man came to Bombay railway station with a suit, wearing a suit. The station master told, no, you are not permitted to enter into the railway station, railway platform by wearing a suit. But that young man, from that day onwards, started celebrating himself for his strive for wearing suits. None other than the great Bhimarao Ramji Ambedkar. That is why in the round table conference at London, you can see wherever Bhimarao Ramji Ambedkar attended the meeting or anywhere, you can see wearing the suit. So that means, what is your dream? What is your overcoming? That overcoming should be a kind of spirit for existence for as far as the individual. If you analyze any person who had contributed to the world's history and made a hallmark signature by their life, they had utilized this last component of self-awareness named celebrating the self. So, my dear friends, while celebrating the self, be empathetic. The second life skills comes. What is empathy? I need not explain about empathy. This picture is enough. And I will illustrate with this picture on a young man. He was sleeping with his wife and daughter. But on a midnight December, he opens the doors of the palace of Kapilavastu palace, and he was moving from the palace and empathetic towards the miseries of humankind, and that is why Siddhartha turned into Gautama Buddha. A lady from Algeria came to India and started working at Calcutta, and it is because of the empathy that lady became Mother Teresa. A man named Mohandas, he was pulled out from the train at South Africa. He was really empathizing with the harassments suffered by the South African community who are not British there in South Africa. So that is why this empathetic feeling turned into the only one and only Mahatma in the world, none other than our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi. So empathy means, as a teacher, coming to our business, as a teacher, the second skill is very important, life skill is very important, is we have to empathize. So what is your subject, Saumya Ghosh sir? What is your subject?
Sir, my subject is political science.
Political science. Oh my God. See, you tell one concept which is difficult in political science.
Sir, you take the voting behavior is very. Sir, you can take the example of to understand the behavior of the voters.
Voting behavior. Voting.
Voting behavior is something, sir. Like,
Okay.
where, yes, sir. Where,
Yes, sir. I got. Voting behavior of the Indian population, Indian citizen. So that is your topic. And you might have, hypothetically, I am speaking, you are a PhD degree holder in that particular area. But when you are, please mute your mic. Go, sir, please mute your mic. But when you are treating this voting behavior at the undergraduate class of your college, you should be empathetic with your learners. You should become an undergraduate student and feel like them. This is the importance of inculcating empathy as a life skill for a teacher. That means you have to step into their shoes and feel like them. So this process is called nothing but pedagogical analysis. We are all pedagogue, or all teachers, they are pedagogue. It is an American terminology. And we are doing pedagogical analysis is nothing but hearing the things through the ears of the learner, seeing the things through the eyes of the learner, and understanding the things through the minds of the learner. That is why 110 of the teachers whom actually had taught you, Prakash sir and Priyanka ji. So they were nowhere in your vicinity, only 2% as you taught. Only 2% remaining as inspiring teachers because they were empathetic. In your institution, an indisciplined behavior, a discipline problem might have happened, and you found that this student is culprit as a first degree student. So first, when you are dealing with that situation, first and foremost, be empathetic. Not impose your convictions, not impose your experiences to your learnings and experiences to your child. That is the implication of empathy as a life skill for a teacher across curriculum. And when you are empathetic, then a next skill is communication. Now you are celebrating yourself through empathy, but you have to communicate. Communication is very important as far as a teacher concerned. You forget about everything I am talking today, but never forget as a teacher this statement which I wish to share with you. That statement is like this: if you grasp the essential easily and make others to grasp the things more easily than you had, you are a good teacher. समझा? नहीं समझा? If you grasp the essential easily, suppose you are a physics teacher and you are introducing the concept named nanotechnology to a physics classroom of first year degree students, and you are grasping the essential easily, then after your class, after your communication, the students of first year class should be able to grasp the essential more easily than you had. Then you are a very good communicator or a teacher. That is the essence of communication. And we have to identify proper channel, barriers of communication, and all. In Tamil, there is a statement named, it is an advice to a teacher. Samayam arindu pesu, sabaye arindu pesu, pesadirindan paludu. That means a teacher has to identify to whom I am talking, and when I am talking. And sometimes it is better to keep quiet or silence. So that is the spirit of communication. And talking about your feeling. Say, for example, I am having a problem with Devesh P. Singh ji. I must be able to tell Devesh ji, sir, that behavior of you, I could not assimilate. Maybe my mistake, but I felt very bad on that. You should be able to tell that. See, in most of the time, we are not able to say like that. And I'll tell you one thing. In the faculty council meeting, principal is chairing here, and the principal comes with a lot of idea, proposals, these and all. Everything will be approved by the faculty council. And what these faculty members will do, no difference of opinion, no disagreement, no supplement or no addition and all, immediately unanimously approve everything, and immediately moving to the staff room, a lot of criticism.
Sir, I was there only, and at 5 p.m. actually I need to come out of my college. That's why I switched my account.
That's not a problem. That's I don't know. No problem. No problem. No problem. No problem. Okay. No
He
issue.
was giving an example.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Devesh, no problem. You mute your mic. I know that you are attending the session in a very active manner. No need to open your audio video. No issue. You mute.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
On mute your mic. Yeah. So what I'm telling, we are not able to communicate about our feelings. I must say, who is having an integrated personality is who is able to communicate the feeling properly without hurting others. Sometimes we feel that when you are in a responsible position, showing that position is with big voices and noises and with a kind of furious and angry body language. This is our wrong notion. But expressing the things without rupturing the feeling of others is the fine arts of a teacher, which is very essential for a teacher. And the second thing is becoming a good listener rather than a radio always. So I will ask a question. Why we are having one mouth and 2 ears? One mouth and 2 ears. Priyanka ji is asking a question in reverse. What will happen if Mustafa sir is having two mouth and 1 ear? So what will be the situation and all?
So we speak less and hear more.
Yeah, to speak less and hear more. So that is important in communication. When students are approaching you with manifold issues, problems, variety of problems, if you first listen to the problem, half of the problem will be over. But no, teachers generally do not give attention to this very important aspect. In olden time and all, in our student life and all, teachers used to come with an attendance register and a textbook and a notebook and a cane and a chalk and a duster. Then what action is they are doing first? Blowing on the table and tell silence, please. So the class is expected that from this moment onwards, no one is allowed to talk. I am the only person in this class who is allowed to talk. This is a wrong notion of communication. Flanders, the great educationist, Flanders states that, he emphatically states that an effective class is a class where there is a lot of student-initiated talks rather than teacher-initiated talks. Then the third aspect of communication as a skill is distinguish between what someone does or says and your own reactions and judgment about. So not be prejudgmental about a person. Our problem is that we are prejudiced and judgment about the person. And hence our reactions will be accordingly. And sending I message instead of blame. Suppose you wish to talk anything to your colleague, a difference of opinion. Madam, your argument is okay, but I feel this is not workable. That I feeling is I message is very important. And another thing in communication is that communication, magnification, like biomagnification in ecology. What is communication magnification is, you will talk, you have a problem. Suppose I am having a problem with Anuradha madam. I will tell not to Anuradha madam. I will tell this to Dr. Yogesh Singh, and Dr. Yogesh Singh will be tell to Manoj Pandey. Manoj Pandey will tell to Ridesh Prasad. Ridesh Prasad will be telling to Shashi Kumari madam. Shashi Kumari madam will be telling to Bhavya ma'am, and Bhavya madam will be telling to a third person. again another person, that person will be telling these things to Dr. Anuradha Madam. And while passing through each level, a subjective additions of each persons will be happening there. And what I wish to talk to Dr. Anuradha Madam will be distorted in a different way. So that the interpersonal relationship between myself and Dr. Anuradha Madam, Dr. Anuradha Madam, it will be good if you can turn on your video at this time. My interpersonal relationship between Dr. Anuradha Madam and myself will be collapsed. This is what is called the problem in communication. And next is now you are having self-awareness, you are having self-disclosure, then you start celebrating yourself through empathy and communicating. Then a lot of responsibility will be coming to you. And life skills advocates each person not to chase responsibilities, but don't say no to responsibilities. People are competing to chase a responsibility, but don't say no to responsibility. And personal responsibility, that will be enabling your professional development. When you are taking a responsibility, recognize the consequences of your decision and accept whether I am fit for this. What will happen? Then consult with this. Say for example, a position, a responsibility is being attributed to you. You can have an analysis whether my style, my action, my mood, my feeling is okay for this and all, that you can analyze. Then make a decision, and if that decision is taken and you are ready to do that responsibility, then never ever compromise on commitment to that particular responsibility. So the positive as well as the negative of that responsibility, you are the custodian of that responsibility. And here comes the role of the next skill, named the first thinking skill, named and communication will enable you to have the fourth skill, life skill, named interpersonal relationship. And this, through this interpersonal relationship, when you are enabling or when you are performing a lot of responsibilities, you have to keep the interpersonal relationship. And for keeping interpersonal relationship, it is very essential that you must know yourself, you must be empathetic, and you must be able to communicate your ideas, your feeling, your disagreement with any persons, etc. Then the next is critical thinking. Critical thinking is not thinking. Critical thinking is not negative. It is constructive in its conceptualization, and it is recognized to assess the factors influencing attitude, behavior, values, and everything in an insightful manner, and accordingly act accordingly. So critical thinking and critics are different. So let me quote one example. Are you okay with me? I'll stop within 10 minutes. So critical thinking is very, very, very essential. And next skill is creative thinking. Creative thinking is, it is in fact the creativity. Hello?
Yes, sir.
No response. What happened? Okay now.
No, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, okay. So creative thinking is, it is the creativity which enabled the human or Homo sapiens to achieve the every achievements, each achievements that as a social being the human could able to achieve. And initially, I demonstrated the nesting behavior of biaweaver or Plosius. But one thing, all the thousands of the nest built by biaweaver will be the one and same. But the same designer, engineer, architect, design your house, then your uncle's house, your in-laws house, and your nephew's house, but different in stature. This is because of the creativity. So the education aims to foster creativity among the students. So creativity is out of box thinking. And it is starting from a point and thinking your cognition in multiple ways, in divergent ways. So incorporate creative thinking in curriculum and curriculum transaction. And the next skill is problem solving. My dear friends, life is problem facing and problem solving. A biology teacher was demonstrating the metamorphosis of butterfly. And at this stage, the pupil stage, and the teacher told with the original specimen, the teacher told that the organism inside is facing a kind of toughness and problem and all kind of issues will be there. And she told that there is no space enough and all, the suffocating and all. And she started moving to the blackboard to draw the diagram of this cocoon stage, pupal stage. At that point of time, a boy so feel a little bit sad on this and took a needle and break that cocoon, which is the outer cover of the pupal stage. What will happen? Ghoshji, what will happen?
Sir, it is a continuous cycle.
Yes, it is a continuous cycle, and if it is broken, the death of that butterflies or at the cocoon stage happens. Because this struggle is the struggle this organism facing is at this stage is for becoming this beautiful butterfly. So, likewise, in life, there are problems. Life is nothing but problem facing and problem solving. Again, problem facing, problem solving. And for problem solving alone, through problem solving alone, we will be able to grow, goal setting, reality check, observe the obstacles, then way forward. These are the steps for problem solving also. And again, specific steps for problem solving are define the problem, devise a strategy, carry out the strategy, and evaluate the progress of the strategy which we are in. And in problem solving, there are three major. See, you had gone for taking coffee. There are a lot of participants who might have gone for coffee and all. Huh? So there are a few barriers of problem solving. The first one is egocentric thinking. What is egocentric thinking? I am the senior. I am the head of the department. I am the supervisor. If any problem happens, let my students come to me. I am the teacher. I am the principal. I am the vice chancellor. I am the warden. I am the father. I am the mother. Let child comes to me. This is what is called. Each responsibility is wrongly interpreted as a power stature in our life. We feel that being a principal means we are the reservoir of some powerhouse, some powers. We are not a reservoir of power as a principal. We are source of responsibility that should flow to others for reducing their grievances or enabling or making the system more effective. That is our responsibility. But this wrong interpretation will make us as a egocentric approach. Then the second thing is social conditioning. I will illustrate with this an example. So during my adolescent period and post-adolescent period, I was looking to my father and my mother. And it is during at this stage, my notion about family, my notion about husband and wife relationship, and all is perfect. So the model husband and wife is my father and my mother. But my mother, a poor guy, so see, preparing all the food items and all, waiting for my father to come at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, after see involving in many see public activities, their issues, problems, etc. This fellow, this poor mother is wife is waiting for my father, that is her husband. So this is the image, this is the concept, this is the social conditioning which I imitated as a result of my life. So the same will be, I am applying the same kind of conditioning to settle down in problems happen in my see married life with my wife. Then it acts as a barrier for problem solving, because there has a lot of water flowed across Ganga, and that all see changes, transformations, and decoding had all happened in the familial structure. So, or else, if we are stick on to that social conditioning, it acts as a barrier for problem solving. And the third barrier is group thinking. So something had happened, you had a dispute with the principal, and you are ready to solve out, sir, kindly excuse me. It happened like that. So you told such and the problem is over. But when you back to your staff room, your colleague will say, no, don't compromise with him. If you compromise now, you have to compromise throughout your professional life. This is what is called group thinking. Individually, you are ready to solve the problem, but group act as a pressure for the problem. So for problem solving, you have to apply the other skill named decision making. So only thing which I wish to ask here, for decision making, whether the significance of decision making is that we are here because of the decision we had taken. You are here and you have to see, listen to me and suffer a lot because you took a decision to join for the MMTC program of Aligarh Muslim University HRDC. So from a minute to vast kind of effect will be there for your decision making. Our marriage, our profession, our purchase, everything, it is based upon the decision we are making. So before making the decision, this cycle is very important. What are the choices available? What are the consequences of each choice? Then whether you value that choice, and then your feeling, then you collect more information from others, then seek help from others, then take the decision and assess the decision. If that decision is not okay, you move for some compensatory mechanism and make that cycle, it goes on that cycle. So the question is whether you are making the right decision with this what is described in the blue tablet, or you are making the decision based on the red tablet. That means whether your feeling or thought determine the decision, or whether knowing the consequence of your decision, based upon the consequence of your decision, you are taking the decision. Which one? Generally.
The blue one.
Huh?
Blue one.
Truly speaking,
Yes, sir.
if truly speaking, you are okay, I salute you. But in most of the time, our thoughts or feeling is the yardstick upon which we are making the decision. Not we are analyzing the cause and consequence of the decision. This is the life skill lesson. But according to me personally, when I am if you are talking is if there is a dilemma between your heart and brain, which you prefer, is my answer to that, as Swami Vivekananda told, you follow your heart rather than your brain. But life skill approach gives you this and so decision making is over, problem solving over. In decision making, you have 5 more minutes. I will stop then. See whether you are a competing shark in your decision making. What is the peculiarity of shark? Shark are highly goal oriented. To be aggressive, to resolve conflicts, and their priorities need to be. For shark, relationship are secondary or a low priority. Are you a competing shark or an avoiding turtle? What is the peculiarity of turtle? Turtle intrude, withdraw, avoid problematic situations. Where any external stimulus happen, immediately a slight stimulus, this turtle used to intrude or withdraw the head into the shell. So are you an avoiding turtle? Or are you an accommodating teddy bear? What is the peculiarity of teddy bear? If I am putting, my daughter is having a teddy bear, a big teddy bear. She is lulling and she is keeping on that teddy bear on her bed. And suppose I am taking from there and I am putting near to my bedroom, the teddy bear will come there. And when we are moving outside, if I am taking that teddy bear and putting inside the car, teddy bear will come there. So that is what is called accommodating teddy. Are you an accommodating teddy bear or a compromising fox? What is the peculiarity of a barabar? 50-50. 50 आपके लिए and 50 मेरे लिए. ऐसा चलेगा. So you take 50 and I will take 50. It is what is called compromising fox. So in problematic situation, are you taking a position of compromising fox or are you a collaborative owl? What is the peculiarity of a collaborative owl? It 360 degree, it can rotate its head and neck, and it can look from very, very far height and see in a sharp manner with the optic capacity. And it is. So the question is to all of you, are you a competing shark or an avoiding turtle or an accommodating teddy bear or a compromising fox or a collaborative owl in life's positions? So all the family problems, if you analyze, we are taking either one and the other roles rather than a collaborative owl. So my appeal to all of you to become collaborative owls in life's position rather than competing shark. So sometimes in applying all these skills, sometimes you may not able to win. Sometimes the backward people, that those who are moving back wins the game. Especially in tug of war, you can see such kind of a the winners are moving back rather than moving front. So in life, always need not move front for winning. Sometimes little bit. That is what is life skill approach. Then applying all these skills, though applying all the skills also, you may feel some the problem and stress will happen. Stress will happen. Then such situations develop two skills named coping with emotion and coping with the stress. And if you could able to regulate your emotion and develop a coping mechanism for, say for example, learning the value of exercise, guided imagery, relaxation methods, meditation, nature walk, then scribbling something, listening to music, chatting with your friends, then all sharing your problems and talking to a person who value you. All these are the positive coping mechanisms for emotions and stress. So now we have seen the first life skill, self-awareness, that is the mother skill, then component behaviors, then that is self-analysis, self-disclosure, celebrate the self, then the next is empathy, then communication, then interpersonal relations, then critical thinking, creative thinking, problem solving, decision making, then applying all these 8 skills. Even then problems happens, you apply with you cannot have a stress-free atmosphere in any system, in your family, in your college, in your organization, everywhere there will be stress. But you can develop positive coping mechanisms in order to reduce or minimize the ill effects of stress. So my dear friends, so curriculum gives a lot of experiences and all for our students. But the success of life, what is life? I told you, I will tell my connotation, my interpretation about life at the end of the session. For me, life is an intermittent gap between one inhale and an exhale. You told it is from birth to death, but I'm telling it is not birth to death, but it is an intermittent gap between an inhale and an exhale. For some of us, that gap will be extended to 90 years. For some of them, 9 days. For some others, it is 90 days. So, like it varies. But for everyone, it is an intermittent gap between an inhale and an exhale. So therefore, the journey of this train, the handsome appearance of the loco pilot do not guarantee the safe journey of this. And the beautiful pictures drawn on the bogie, it will not guarantee you the safe journey. But statistically, the more will be based on the comfortable and secure rails. That is the more important in the journey. If you compare life as a journey of a train, the position of the secured rails is to life skills. So, my dear friends, you try to learn more about life skills and try to inculcate life skills in your curriculum transaction. Then you can become an inspiring teacher remembered by the students even after your death. The memory of us will be enough for a child or a learner to propel his or her life. And if you wish to know more about life skills and all, now I must say that now we have a lot of opportunity, and I am offering one course, MOOC, through Swayam platform, developing life skills. If you are interested to enroll for that, it is a free online MOOC. It will add it to your career advancement scheme and it will enhance your professional development. It already started, no problem, 2 weeks, but you can take that, and up to October 18th, the course will be available, and up to August 15th, you can join. Just click to the Swayam, Google the Swayam and developing life skill. So it will appear and enroll with your credentials. You can directly join for the course, and I will be happy to interact further. If you wish to anything about life skills or any other academic aspects, thank you for your very collaborative interaction with me. Thank you, Shakil sir, and thank you, the HRDC friends, for inviting me for this program. My special gratitude to Professor Sajid Jamal, who is my very good, sustained friend. He is there in the Professor Sajid Jamal ji, there in the Aligarh Muslim University, and all other. Thank you so much. If you wish to have anything about the MOOC, about developing life skills or any of the academic pursuits, you please make use of this WhatsApp number as well as mail ID. Thank you so much once again. And Ghosh sir and all the other participants,
Thank you, sir.
Gaji and all my token of appreciation for your interactions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, Shakir sir. Anybody from the part of the MMTTC? Okay. So, yes, okay, thank you, welcome, welcome. So, with your permission, let me off.
Okay, sir.
Okay then, okay.